how is everybody on this beautiful day? I'm doing another Simian line video today, part 9. Very exciting because I'm using a actual hand example. So let's take it away. And here we have the same hand. The lady has kindly drawn the lines a little bit clearer because the photo is not that easy to see. So it's going to help us out. So I'm going to be highlighting the lines that I'm talking about as we go. So if you are at all aware of what a Simian line is, it is a single line which runs all the way across the palm as such. On a regular hand, normally there is a headline like that and a heart line like that, so it's separate. But on this hand there is a definite Simian line, and this woman has it only on her right hand, and if she is right-handed, if that's her dominant hand, that makes her quite an intense character. So because she has these branches that almost look like the head and the heart line, but it is actually a branch that rises from the Simian line. So the first one we're going to talk about is this one up here that rises all the way to between the index and middle finger. Now this branch is indicating the emotional aspect, much like a heart line. So it is suggesting that this person is passionate. She knows what she wants, whether it's relationships or in life or even in career. It shows her passion. The Simian line by itself is an indicator of a passionate person, but this is even enhancing it even more. So the one that's drooping down, we have a branch that if it were separate would be a headline, but it is a branch that's going to this area, is called the Mount of Moon, and whenever lines go to that area, it shows somebody who's emotional, creative. They could be a little bit moody, so they might have issues with fluctuating moods, like with the moon. If there's a full moon, they might be feeling a bit intense. But it also shows someone who's nurturing. So that, I'll get rid of that. Bing. That is similar to the headline. So it's kind of showing how this person thinks, because the Simian has head and heart together. Sometimes these branches just help it make a little bit more different, so with the emotion and the rational thinking. So next we are talking about the lifeline. This lifeline down here has what looks like a fork. On the actual photo, when I look at the actual photo, it looks more like a drooping line. So whether it's a fork or a drooping line, it shows a division. So imagine if the lifeline is a road and then the road splits, you can go left or you can go right. So this shows a decision in life. It shows a decision based on what she feels on the inside. And it may actually be indicating a need for being close to home. If it's not a specific fork in the road, if this is what I believe it is, a drooping line coming from the lifeline, it's indicating a loss. So it could be a loss of something very dear to them. And the timing, say we draw an imaginary line along there, approximately halfway along. So the timing of that division or loss is before the age of 40, probably around between 35. Okay, moving along. Now we are going to go to this diagonal line is a health line. It's called a mercury line, and that's quite normal to have, and it doesn't necessarily indicate that the person has a health problem, but it indicates that the person is well aware of their body, and if this line is red looking, they might be having a current health issue. And the line that runs across this way is also a health line. It may be what's called an addiction line. Usually the addiction line is more curved, but it does either way relate towards the health. Okay, so because the fork or division in the lifeline, what happens is it's a short lifeline. So what happens is the fate line takes over. So the fate line is this line up the middle. That's the fate line or career line, and it continues up here. Career line is up there as well. So when there is a short lifeline, which is very common on Simian lines for some reason, the fate line takes over the lifeline. So this is why there's this curve down here. That's actually the new lifeline. It's formed by the same line as the fate line, but there's like a transfer of energy that goes from the life to the fate. So the fate line acts as both lifeline and fate line. So whereas normally the lifeline would just curl around here like that, in this case it doesn't, because of that split and because of it being a short lifeline. So it doesn't mean a short life, so please remember that. It just means that at that time, at that age, there's a change in life, and the person is probably quite restless. People with a short lifeline are more restless than those without those with a long line. Okay, so here we have a branch that reaches to the lifeline as well. So this is like connection to the mind. So whether it's relating to travel or whether it's relating to just the way the person thinks, but there is definitely a connection. And the one that rises up that's called the Jupiter mount, up to the index finger, that's called the ambition line. So that too shows that the person is quite ambitious. The ones rising to the ring finger, that's a success line. So it's showing that this person is most likely going to be successful or happy later in life. And the lines on the edge that she's drawn over here, those are relationship lines. So if they are long and strong as she's drawn, although it doesn't look exactly like that on the other picture, but that would indicate two main relationships, two important relationships in her lifetime. So what else can I tell you? Do you have any questions? You're welcome to comment and I'm happy to answer you. So I look forward to doing another one of these soon. Thank you very much. Bye.